Have you ever walked into a room and immediately sensed tension, even before anyone said a word? Or noticed someone smiling, but something in their eyes felt off? That's the power of nonverbal communication, the subtle ways our body reveals what we truly feel, even when we try to hide it. Today, we're going deep into the fascinating world of human behavior, where emotions speak louder than words. And often, they do so through the tiniest expressions, postures, gestures that most people never notice. Our bodies are constantly sending signals that reveal stress, confidence, fear, attraction, deception, and even love. You might think you're in control of your emotions, but the truth is, your body has a language of its own, a language that doesn't lie. In fact, over 90% of communication is nonverbal. That means your facial expressions, your tone of voice, your hand movements, even your breathing patterns are constantly giving you away. Let's start with something incredibly common, yet often misunderstood: eye contact. When someone avoids your gaze, we often assume they're being dishonest or shy, but the truth is more complex. Avoiding eye contact can also signal discomfort, insecurity, or even respect, depending on the culture. On the flip side, intense eye contact can come off as aggressive, seductive, or threatening. It's not just whether someone looks at you, it's how they do it, when they do it, and for how long. Then there are microexpressions, those fleeting facial expressions that last less than a second. They're almost impossible to fake, and incredibly hard to hide. A brief tightening of the lips, a flash of contempt in the eyes, a quick downward glance. These are the involuntary leaks of our real emotions. Trained professionals like FBI agents and behavioral psychologists study microexpressions to detect lies, read true feelings, and understand what's really going on behind someone's words. Now, let's talk posture. The way you carry yourself speaks volumes. Someone standing tall with their shoulders back appears confident and in control, but someone who slouches or turns their body away might be signaling insecurity, boredom, or disinterest. Crossing the arms, that classic gesture, can signal defensiveness, but it can also mean the person is just cold or thinking deeply. Context is everything. That's why reading body language isn't about analyzing one gesture. It's about seeing the full picture. Think about your hands. Are they fidgeting? Are they clenched? You rub your palms, touch your face, or hide your hands in your pockets. These behaviors often happen without you even realizing, but they're telling. The people around you, how you feel. For example, face touching is often linked to nervousness or discomfort. Clenched fists can signal anger or restraint. Hiding your hands might suggest you're holding something back, literally or emotionally. And don't forget the feet. While most people focus on facial expressions, the feet are often more honest. When someone's feet are pointed toward the exit, it can mean they want to leave. When they're tapping nervously, it might signal anxiety. When someone sits with their legs crossed toward you, it often means they're engaged. Be a window into our true intentions even when the rest of our body says something different. Then there's the tone of voice. Not what you say, but how you say it. A slight quiver can betray fear. A raised pitch can indicate excitement or stress. A monotone voice might signal boredom, depression, or detachment. Even if your words are carefully chosen, the way you say them can reveal everything. Let's explore facial expressions more deeply. There are universal emotions that show up on every face, across every culture: happiness, sadness, anger, surprise, fear, disgust, and contempt. These expressions are hardwired into our brains. Even babies, who haven't been taught these expressions, display them naturally. A genuine smile, for instance, involves not just the mouth, but the eyes. The so-called Duchenne's smile causes the eyes to crinkle, showing real joy. A fake smile often stops at the lips. Spotting the difference takes awareness and attention to detail. Sometimes emotions leak through in clusters. A person might say they're fine, but their body tells a different story. They might have tight lips, tense shoulders, and shallow breathing, all signs of stress or discomfort. The magic lies in spotting these clusters of behavior. One signal alone might mean nothing, but when 3 or 4 signs align, the truth becomes clear. Now think about space, personal space. We all have invisible boundaries. When someone invades that space, we feel it immediately. Invasion of personal space can be a sign of aggression, intimacy, or dominance. On the other hand, backing away too far can signal disinterest, fear, or discomfort. Where someone chooses to stand in relation to you can reveal a lot about how they feel, even if they don't say a word. Mirroring is another subtle yet powerful form of nonverbal communication. Have you ever noticed that when you're comfortable with someone, you start to mimic their posture or gestures? It's called mirroring. It builds connection and rapport. When someone mirrors your behavior, it often means they feel aligned with you emotionally. It's subconscious, but it creates a bond. But what about deception? Can we really tell when someone is lying just by looking at their body language? The answer is not perfectly, but we can get close. Liars tend to experience stress, which leaks out through their body, might blink more rapidly, touch their face, avoid eye contact, or overcompensate by making too much eye contact. They might speak with more hesitations, repeat your question before answering, or give too much detail. Again, it's not about one sign, it's about patterns. Let's talk about the power of silence. Sometimes the most powerful body language is stillness. A person sitting in complete stillness, staring directly at you, can create an intense emotional impact. It might mean they're focused or angry or trying to dominate the interaction. Similarly, sudden stillness after movement can signal a shift in emotion maybe. They heard something that changed everything. Breathing is another overlooked indicator of emotion. Rapid breathing often signals anxiety or fear. Slow, deep breaths can indicate calmness or control. Shallow, fast breaths might reveal panic, tension, or stress. If someone is talking to you but their chest is visibly rising and falling with intensity, you can bet they're feeling more than they're saying.